So back in my fourth year, when I was studying IT in in engineering college in India, I was doing bachelor's in IT, that is, and this was a standard bachelor's of technology program. We actually started three startups, and YMGrad was my third startup. And really, to understand how it all evolved, how I actually got into starting the startup, how I really thought of it, and why I even got into this, we need to go back maybe 1 or 2 years. So I always wanted to study overseas. I always wanted to study in the US. That was my dream. Actually, I always wanted to just go overseas, study over there, see how the life is, and that's something that we also thought we can go for maybe bachelor's. I thought so, at least at first, but that turned out to be a huge expense. So I just ditched the plan back then. When I thought of masters, before that only, I was very sure that whenever my bachelor's finishes, straight away I want to go for my masters overseas, preferably in the US. And because of that, because I was so sure, right, I already knew I had to go through this pathway. So I was already studying for my I was already improving my vocabulary, not studying for my GRE in my second year, but improving my vocabulary, learning new words, doing all of that. In the third year, I started really putting in the preparation, and by that time also I was very sure that this is the pathway that I'm going to take. I took my GRE, took my TOEFL, okay, and I was really constantly connecting with professors overseas from the second year itself. I was writing down Python programs which would automate all of this, collect like maybe 200 emails off the internet of these professors, send them an email which is more customized based on what they are working on, and try to get an internship with them, or try to really get something such as an experience with them, so that they can maybe recommend me to their universities. And these were usually professors from the top 50 universities in the US. So apart from that, I was always doing a lot of research about the process, because I knew I had to go through this path. I was doing so much research, reading a lot of professors' blogs, and how they think of the admissions process from their point of view, and what they expect from us, okay. And with all of that information, I just understood that okay, I've learned so much about this information, and I wanted to put it out there. So it all began when I took my GRE. I scored a 329 out of 340. It was a pretty good score. So the first thing I did was, because I was in a lot of GRE groups on WhatsApp, so a lot of people started asking me how to actually go ahead and achieve that score. So I thought, why not make one single video so that I can answer all the people in one go. I made a video. That was my first video, how to actually get that kind of a score on the GRE. I gave my complete schedule over there, and things started evolving. So that finished, and then I took my TOEFL. I made videos about the TOEFL as well. So that's really how the YouTube channel started. And before that also, if some of you guys were associated with me through that YouTube channel back then, like in August 2018 or so, late August 2018, well, then you know that I was probably working at my second startup during that time, which was about investing in stocks and all of that. So that was my second one. But really, what compelled me to start the third one was that so many people wanted to get help from me regarding their SOPs, their LORs, all of these things. This was just at the starting point. People wanted me to personally help them with it, and I already started doing that for a couple of people, and I thought, why not give them a website where they can actually see all of that information, not only related to the universities, their admission statistics and all of that, and maybe I can help these people in a better manner. And giving all of this information out in free, of course, it's free of cost and everything. Apart from that, we also implemented a couple more things, but really it's like sign up, you get access to free information. That's what YMGrad really started with, all the university data and all of that. That's how it started, and this was back when I was in my fourth year of college. That's when I started it. I was doing this with one other friend, because I'd already started my second startup with him as well. First one as well, which failed miserably. Second one was pretty good. Third one, YMGrad, we started that, and it was growing pretty big sooner or later, because of the YouTube channel audience also. They also wanted to engage with the website, and it was growing pretty big. And what happened was our exams came in the middle. So these were our final exams for the fourth year. So after that, that's over. Like, our degree was over, the bachelor's was completed. So we took the tests, of course. The exams finished, and on the last day of the test, my friend actually told me that, dude, I've actually joined coaching for CAT. CAT is an exam in India, by the way, for those of you who do not know, for people who would like to go for management-based higher programs, like, you know, master's level programs or higher. So maybe they're going for an MBA or something similar, right? So he said he wanted to prepare for CAT. I said okay, and you know, at that point of time I was really alone in the process. Like, I was left alone. I was having to handle the whole process all by myself, you know, not only working with clients, but then there was, you know, development of the website, there was servicing the clients, you know, all of these things came into the picture, and it was just a little bit too much workload, but I was able to handle that, and that's something that I'm really proud of. Okay, moving on, I started serving the clients, I started doing all of this. Come August, I had to fly out to the US myself because I had been admitted into USC for a master's in computer science, and yeah, so I flew out, and at that point still it was just me working on all of these things, you know, the website and all of that. It was all me, you know. I was doing everything for each and every person, each and every client that came across. Funny enough though, once I got to USC and I started there, you know, like, there's a period where you actually go ahead, you take the courses, you check out the classes, what's going on, and I realized that I had applied back in 2018, right? End of 2018, but I went in August 2019. So I realized that, you know, my mindset had changed a lot by that point of time. Even if I do this program right now, all I'm learning is going deep into CS, how we can basically, you know, make the programs more efficient and all of that, you know, how really the algorithms are built and all of that. So I thought that, all right, this is okay, but this is not my long-term goal anymore, because what happens after I complete this degree, I'll probably find myself working for a company like Amazon maybe, and I'll be, you know, basically doing the same thing, you know, on an H1B, and I'll be working in a company that I haven't started. And personally, what happens to the business that I was doing, that will collapse, of course, because I can't do two things at once. And I really wanted to give YMGrad a chance. I thought that this is something that I have started from my own efforts. You know, this is my third startup. I don't want to let it fail. I have done so much for it right now. Like, I was literally putting in all of my day. I would wake up, I would start working, till the night I would keep working. And it was also generating a pretty good revenue also, you know. That's a side note, but still, you know, I did not want to give up on my startup. That's one thing that I knew. So what I did was I really, you know, did some self-introspection. I understood that this degree is probably not for me, because I'll end up being an employee later on. And being an employee is something that at this point in my life, personally, I do not feel I want to go for that. You know, I just don't feel that I want to work in a company where, you know, I'm not able to do whatever I want to do. And that's really what inclined me to focus on, you know, really focusing on YMGrad first off, and quitting my program. And, you know, of course, I'm still interested in programs like entrepreneurship, MBA, you know, that's something that can really help me at this point. And I still understand that. It's not that I don't want to go for my master's. I would probably be going for it very soon, but it's just the fact that I wanted to give YMGrad a chance. I came back to India, set up my own team over here, okay, set up the whole company, like, you know, hired a few people and started working really. And that's when things started scaling up very fast, and it was the best decision I took. Things started scaling up, and now we have a pretty good team of around 7 to 8 members at least. Okay, there's other people also who are working with us, of course, but, you know, 7 to 8 people who are very engaged. Every single day we work on these things. There's a lot more that's going on now. You know, we added more data, we added more features to the websites, decisions, admins projects, you know, discussions, there's the forums, all of these things. And, you know, scholarships, we added like 1500 scholarships, and now we're actually, you know, I think we're through with the web application for a bit, and we're going on and we're building the phone application. In my next video, by the way, I'll tell you more about the stack that we use. So if you're a techie and you know all of these, you know, technologies, you're interested in knowing which ones we're using for our website and applications, you'll be knowing that very soon. Anyway, so that's what really got it all started, and that's the point that we actually started growing big. You know, we really actually just went out and simply started working with a lot of people. We have strict policies against, you know, not collaborating with universities. Like, we don't want to be like the typical consultants who would get you into tier 3 universities and, you know, not only charge you but also charge the universities, because universities pay them to bring in the students. And that's what we are like super against. Like, being a student myself, I understand that's not good for your future also, and that's something that I wanted to eliminate, and I'm so happy that we've successfully been able to eliminate that. Today we've sent some of the topmost, you know, like to the some of the topmost universities. We've sent some students, like, you know, universities like UC Berkeley, universities like Columbia, universities like Cornell. All of these universities are you know, places that we have sent our applicants to, and we always push for more ambitious ones, you know. And that's really what helps me get, you know, like this sense of pride. Not only that we got them in, we also got a lot of people, like hundreds of thousands of dollars of scholarships, and that's something that doesn't happen at every typical consultancy firm that you go to. Okay, so that's really how the process started. That's how I, you know, set it all up. Today I have a lot more support than I used to back in 2018 when it really all started. Just, you know, of course YouTube really helped, because it helped put the website and all of that in front of a lot of eyes, in front of you guys, and that's probably what helped me grow as well. But at the same time, I would say that, you know, it's just a lot of hard work, day and night, every single day. I don't think I've taken a break for even a single day when I haven't worked on this. And I'm continuously working. Even today we're working, it's a working day. Good morning, I woke up, started making this video, and I know for sure that, you know, right now if I were to actually go for my master's, first off, I wouldn't have to depend on a very heavy loan, maybe some of it, but not a very heavy one. And secondly, I think that I just have a lot more knowledge about the process. You know, I won't be making any mistakes, just like in the case of my clients. You know, not only for the test prep, you know, we help people from their test prep to their applications to getting into the universities to their visa even, you know, not only for the US, Canada, Australia, so many countries, we've done it all. And that's what I'm really, really proud of. And today, if I were to leave, I know that my team can handle a lot of things, not everything, but, you know, 80% of the work they can handle for me. And that's the point that I'm really, really happy about. It's just a little bit easier on me now. And of course, I still work with every single client personally, but, you know, it's just a good feeling knowing that, you know, I could take that hard decision in that time of my life when I was really not sure if I'm doing the right thing or not, you know, like leaving the top 20 universities, one of the top 20 universities in the US for my program, and coming back over here, handling my startup, growing it. I think it's been a great journey, and I would not trade it for anything in the world. I would probably do it again if I could. So yeah, that's the story of how YMGrad started, how we evolved, how, you know, we are growing right now. I'm still working with a lot of people, you know, helping them get into the topmost universities, and, you know, I just feel very, very good once we actually, you know, get those admits, once the visa interviews are cleared and the clients come ahead and tell me that, you know, yeah, we were able to get in, or we were able to, you know, do well on the visa interview. So all of these things kind of give you a lot of happiness, you know, more happiness than the monetary pleasure that you get out of it. That's for sure. Okay, and I think I'm a lot more mature also now. Like, you know, I understand what I need at this point in my life, and I can go forward, and, you know, my ideas are a lot more clear. Just by dropping out for, you know, 1 year, I could understand a lot more about this process. So hopefully that gives you some more perspective into, you know, if you want to take risks, go ahead, take them. If you're sure about it, if you can work hard, if you can work day and night towards any single goal, I know you're gonna be able to go ahead and achieve it. It's a thing that people don't know, that you can work at something and you can actually go ahead and achieve it. It's simply work. You put in the work and you will reap the fruit. Okay, with that, I'm gonna take my leave. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for joining. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.